Do you or someone you love wear diapers?
Are you tired of leaving stinky diapers outside in the cold so that they don't stink up your apartment?
Boy, do I have the solution for you!
Step right through this oh boy. The alternate dimension held behind this door contains a bag full of bags. What a crazy concept. All one must do is reach in the bottom, pull out the desired bag, and fill it with such stinky substances as dirty diapers, yours or otherwise. Now all that is left to do is set it on your enemy's doorstep and light it on fire. Or if you don't feel like getting the exercise of walking all the way to their door, simply deposit it in the trash. You're welcome. What's that you say? You don't have a bag holder full of bags? Well, prior to this video, neither did I. Let's go on an adventure together and try and make one. The water bottle that I used to prop up my phone made a shameless cameo, but the point of this shot is to tell you that I cut out my fabric in a square with no measurements because I was winging it and I was feeling overconfident. I'm trying to perfect the basics, so I've decided to iron everything and make it as neat as possible. So, I mean, you don't have to do this, but I did. The heavens were smiling upon me and all was going smoothly, so I went ahead and sewed up the entire side of this square. By the end of the first night, I had sewn 2 channels into either side of my fabric. I decided that the next day I would, as I eloquently put,
I'm gonna go ahead and circle it. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
My thoughts had been so much consumed with worry over the raw edge fraying with the tie pulling on it constantly, so much so that I woke up in the morning and my first thought was, I know what to do.
I need to hem this before I make the channel, which means that what I did last night is moot. But it's fine because these creases should still hold and it should be easy to redo, but I've got some unpicking and some hemming to do tonight, so let's go.
Here we see the majestic hunchback in its natural habitat. Not known for its problem-solving skills, the hunchback is a smooth-brained creature. This particular specimen seems to be struggling to operate a complex piece of machinery. In vain the hunchback turns to scholarly pursuits in the hopes of finding an answer. It shortly gives up, however, and seeks solace in its dark, dank cave. It emerges with the white flag of surrender, succumbing at last to defeat. But wait, what's this? Our beloved hunchback has re-emerged, carrying a cloth soaked with the blood of its enemies. It returns to its work with a bloodlust that cannot be satisfied.
I was having a hard time getting the machine to reverse. It would just start stitching over one spot over and over, which you can see happened right here as I was testing it out. So I tested it on a straight stitch and it has no problem. So conclusion, I cannot reverse stitch on a zigzag. I don't know if that's normal, and I should have known that, but now I know.
No, sweet child, that is not normal. You did it just yesterday.
I was struggling trying to get it to reverse, so there's a little bit of a mess here, and it's not as strong as I want, so I'm going to go over that with a straight stitch. I also am just really, really bad at sewing, which is to be expected. I am a complete beginner.
So my toddler just woke up, and I put him back down. But that means it's time for some stealth sewing. Me being me, when I put the fabric on backwards, rather than flipping it around before I started sewing, I decided to just try and sew in reverse. So my seam went completely crooked, and I needed a seam ripper, but I couldn't find my seam ripper, so I ended up using a box cutter in the middle of the night, and it worked really well.
I'm just gonna go ahead and sew these 2 edges together, wrong sides together, of course, and leave this bit open.
I've done it. Listen, I've done it. It's got a beautiful seam down the center, and it functions perfectly.
as a hat.
I wanted the handle to be 3 inches wide, so I doubled that and measured it to be 6 inches, and I think I made it a square, but I'm not entirely sure. Also drew on the wrong side of the fabric, but it's fine. My toddler helped me and it worked out just perfectly. I know I have a button around here somewhere. I just need to find it. Ah, there it is. Reference. It's got some zigzags and some straight stitching. I don't have a buttonhole foot, so I had to be resourceful in trying to figure out what to do. My mother had made this quiet book for my son, and I knew that she had not used a buttonhole stitch. So when I asked her, she said she zigzagged and reversed, but I can't do that. So then I had to find another way to do it. I've decided to sew on my button by hand, just for kicks and giggles. So I don't want to actually see my button, because it doesn't match very well. So I want to make sure that it's going to be on the back, which means it will be coming through somewhere here. So get my handy dandy marker. Wow, I nudged that. Oh, I nudged it again.
Let's make sure this goes through. There it is.
So now that I have made this, I am going to go ahead and see if this actually hooks on properly to the pole.
Oh no.
Go!
So this is a string from this really cheap, crappy drawstring bag that was given out at an event for free. So I am recycling it to see if this actually fits through. Nope. Take 2. And now this is very ill-advised. I don't recommend this. I'm not sure that this is gonna work. But, what fun is a tutorial without fire? Check that out. Oh my gosh. I did it. I wanna do that again. I'm just gonna melt the whole thing for fun. Thank you, plastic rope. Okay, so I feel like this is a good size hole for the bottom. Hopefully it'll only pull out one bag at a time. Maybe it's a little small though. Oh, I'm indecisive. Just a little bit bigger. There, that should be good. It's getting ready to blow that out. It almost burst into flames. Yikes. And hide that away. Nobody wants to see that. Now that it's properly hung up, the hole on the bottom is perfect for pulling out a bag, and the hole on the top doesn't stay closed as well as I'd hoped. So I just tied a loose knot there for now that can be easily undone, and that will take care of that. So I am over the moon about how this turned out.